Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. This is the name of Telegram channel, GKToday YouTube. Now we have started a new channel, Civils Academy. So if you find it relevant, you can subscribe to it. Now let's start. Labour Ministry partnered with which firm to launch an online career skills training on National Career Service Portal? So for this purpose, Labour Ministry has partnered with TCS ION to provide free online career skills training, and this will be provided on NCS portal. What is NCS? It is National Career Service Portal, and this training module is going to be available on this portal, and it will be available in both Hindi and in English. Now present Labour Minister is Santosh Kumar Gangwar, and recently he was in news as he inaugurated a Twitter handle Labour DZ for the Labour Bureau. So this Twitter handle will provide information regarding the welfare of labour sector. Now recently Labour Bureau was in news as DPS Negi took charge as the Director General of Labour Bureau. Now every year on 1st of May, International Labour Day is celebrated. Answer in comment box which article of Indian Constitution prohibits child labour. The National Geographic channel, in collaboration with Drinking Water Ministry, has released a film about which government scheme. So the name of initiative is Swachh Bharat Mission, and for this purpose, National Geographic channel, in collaboration with the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation, launched a film titled Swachh Bharat, India's Sanitary Revolution, and this film was recently premiered on Net Geo channel. So Swachh Bharat Mission is a Clean India campaign, and it has two components. One is Swachh Bharat Mission Rural and one is Swachh Bharat Mission Urban. So the urban component is implemented by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, and rural component is implemented by Union Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. What was the growth in real gross domestic product, that is GDP, of India in 2019-20? Now the first question is, what is the difference between real GDP and nominal GDP? So this is your homework. Now coming back to question. So as per the NSO, the Indian economy grew by 4.2% in year 2019-20, and this is lower as compared to 2018-2019, in which the growth rate was 6.1%. Now NSO is under Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, and recently NSO released the provisional estimates of national income for financial year of 2019-20. What was the real fiscal deficit of India as percentage of GDP for the previous year? So as per the latest data, the fiscal deficit was 4.59% of GDP. It is important to note that previously the target was 3.5%, later it was revised and it became 3.8%. Now, as per the latest data, it is 4.59%. In simplest term, fiscal deficit is the difference between government's revenue and its expenditure. Deficit means the expenditure is greater than revenue. That means government is earning less as compared to its expenditure. Now, in the context of fiscal deficit, there is an act, FRBM. Answer in comment box, what is the full form of FRBM Act? China is set to impose a ban on pork related imports from, it is going to be India, after concerns regarding which disease? So it is due to African swine fever. So due to African swine fever, China announced that it is going to impose a ban on the import of pork related products from India. Recently, the incidents of African swine fever were reported for the first time in Assam, and in the context of this, China decided to impose a ban on pork related imports. Now, China was also in news because of Diamer Bhasha Dam. So for this dam, China and Pakistan are collaborating, and this dam is in Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and therefore India has objected to it. Which global organization has adopted a new voting procedure involving secret ballots for its elections due to COVID-19 pandemic. So this decision was taken by United Nations, and this decision was taken for the upcoming elections of United Nations Security Council. Now, the present Secretary General of United Nations is Antonio Guterres. He is from Portugal. Capital of Portugal is Lisbon. Every year on 24th of October, we celebrate United Nations Day, on which day the World No Tobacco Day is celebrated. So it is celebrated on 31st of May, and it is celebrated to spread awareness about the harmful impacts of tobacco and nicotine. Which country has terminated its relationship with WHO over its handling of coronavirus pandemic? So this country is USA. USA decided to end its membership. Now USA was also in news because of Operation Warp Speed. So this operation is related to the vaccine for COVID-19. USA was also in news as it decided to revoke the special trading status for Hong Kong. Now USA was also in news because of Antifa. Answer in comment box, what is Antifa? USA was also in news because of the George Floyd protest. So he was an African American and he died recently, and after his death there is a public outrage in USA against racism, and due to this the Black Lives Matter movement was in news. Which sports personality was ranked at the top spot in the annual Forbes ranking of highest paid athletes? So Roger Federer has topped this ranking released by Forbes, and Roger Federer is followed by Ronaldo, Messi and Neymar. So Roger Federer is associated to tennis, and these three are associated to football. And Virat Kohli is the only Indian in this ranking. Virat Kohli is associated to cricket. Recently Forbes was also in news as it removed Kylie Jenner from the billionaires list. Now answer in comment box, C is associated to which country? The Union government has approved 445 crore rupees for the implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission in which state or union territory? So right answer is Chhattisgarh. Now this Jal Jeevan Mission is an initiative of Ministry of Jal Shakti, and the objective of this initiative is to ensure potable drinking water in all over the country by 2024. Now recently Chhattisgarh was also in news as it launched Rajiv Gandhi Kisan Nyay Yojana, and the scheme was launched on 21st of May, and 21st of May is the death anniversary of former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, and it is also observed as Anti-Terrorism Day. Which country that currently holds the presidency of BRICS hosted the meeting of BRICS heads of the tax authorities? So Russia is the current head of BRICS, and Russia organized the meeting of heads of tax authorities of BRICS countries. Previously, it was supposed to be held in Moscow. However, due to this COVID-19, it was organized through video conferencing. And from Indian side, Ajay Bhushan Pandey represented India, and this event was organized for the cooperation in the tax-related areas. Now, Russia was also in news as recently it awarded Kim Jong-un a commemorative Second World War medal. Russia was also in news because of Arctica M. So this is a satellite of Russia which is going to monitor the climate and environment in Arctic, and this is first such satellite by Russia. Russia was also in news because of PAC-DA. Answer in comment box, what is it? Which major technology company has launched a new application named Sodar to help people maintain social distancing? So this has been launched by Google, and this will help people to maintain social distancing, and it is going to create a visual boundary using the smartphone data. That means visual virtual boundary using augmented reality. Now Google was also in news as recently UP government, that is Uttar Pradesh government, partnered with Google to geotag community kitchens, and therefore Uttar Pradesh became the first state in India to do so. Google was also in news as recently it launched Tangi app to take on TikTok. The parent company of TikTok is ByteDance, and recently Kevin Mayer was appointed as the CEO of TikTok. K-Phone project that is to be implemented in Kerala is associated with which field? So this is associated to internet access, and recently this project was in news because the Chief Minister of Kerala announced that this K-Phone, that is Kerala Fiber Optic Network, will be implemented by December 2020. Now Kerala was also in news as recently R. Srilekha became the first women DGP of Kerala. DGP stands for Director General of Police. Kerala was also in news because of Break the Chain campaign. Kerala was also in news because of BevQ app, and this app was launched for the management of line for liquor delivery. Which is the smallest state of India by area that celebrates Statehood Day on 30th of May? So it is Goa. It is important to note that Goa was a Portuguese colony and it became part of India through Operation Vijay. It is important to note that it became the part of India through Operation Vijay. So in 1961, Indian Army launched this Operation Vijay and it became the part of Indian Union. And later in 1987, on 30th of May, the Union Territory of Goa was splitted and Goa was made a full-fledged state, and it was 25th state. What is the name of scheme launched by Uttarakhand state government to provide loans to the migrant workers? So the name of the scheme is Mukhyamantri Swarozgar Yojana, and as per this scheme, the loans will be provided to the migrant workers so that they can start their work. On which day the International Everest Day is celebrated? So it is celebrated on 29th of May. Now 1st of June is celebrated as World Milk Day, and it is celebrated by FAO, that is Food and Agriculture Organization. The headquarters of FAO is in Rome in Italy, and the theme of this year World Milk Day was 20th anniversary of World Milk Day. Now in India, the National Milk Day is celebrated on 26th of November as it is the birth anniversary of Verghese Kurian. Verghese Kurian is known as the father of milk revolution in India, and he was responsible for the Operation Flood in our country. So Operation Flood is related to the milk production. So 1st of June is also celebrated as Global Day of Parents. Which state is to launch a project to develop 800-kilometer roads as herbal roads? So the state is Uttar Pradesh, and it is going to ensure tree plantation on roadsides, and the trees will have medicinal and herbal value. We have already covered this question in our last news section. So these were the most important questions of today's quiz. Now we are going to cover some important news. So if you want current affairs only in question answer format, you can skip this section. So now let's start. So the first and foremost thing is Responsible AI for Youth initiative. So this has been launched by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Present minister is Ravi Shankar Prasad. So this has been launched. That means this program has been launched to empower the youth of India with a digital mindset. Next initiative is related to yoga. So recently Prime Minister announced My Life, My Yoga. So this has been announced by Prime Minister Mr. Modi, and this initiative is a video blogging contest, and through this initiative the transformative impact of yoga will be shown to spread awareness about it. Now for this purpose, the Ayush Ministry and ICCR are going to collaborate. What is ICCR? It is Indian Council for Cultural Relations, and this ICCR was founded in 1950 by Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, and Maulana Abul Kalam Azad was the first education minister of independent India. Next is related to USA and China. So recently China objected to the presence of THAAD missiles of USA in South Korea. So what is the full form of THAAD? THAAD stands for Terminal High Altitude Area Defense. So these are missile defense system, and these missile defense system has been installed by USA in South Korea, and recently it was in news because China objected to this. Now we are going to cover some personalities which were in news recently. So first is Anita Kotwani. So she has been appointed as a CEO of Crore India. Next is Arun Singhal. So recently he has been appointed as the Chief Executive Officer of FSSAI, that is Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. So this FSSAI is under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Next appointment is related to IIFCL. What is IIFCL? It is India Infrastructure Finance Company Limited. So recently P.R. Jaishankar has been appointed as the MD of IIFCL. Next is related to American sprinter Bobby Morrow. So Bobby Morrow was American sprinter and Bobby Morrow passed away recently. Next is related to Wajid Khan. So he was singer and music composer. He passed away recently. Next is related to BCCI. So recently BCCI nominated Rohit Sharma for Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratan Awards. Apart from that, BCCI also nominated Shikhar Dhawan, Dipti Sharma and Ishant Sharma for Arjun Awards. Next is related to IBBI, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. So recently the advisory committee of IBBI on service providers was reconstituted and now Mohandas Pai is going to be the chairperson of this IBBI advisory committee on service provider. Next is related to business. So recently Yes Bank acquired 24.19% stakes in Dish TV via pledged shares. Next is related to an app named Swiss COVID. So this app has been launched by Switzerland and this app is based on the API that has been launched by Google in collaboration with Apple. So this Swiss COVID is the first app that is based on this API which has been jointly developed by Google and Apple. So this will help in the contact tracing. Next news is related to SAI, that is Sports Authority of India. So recently SAI partnered with NSF, that is National Sports Federation, and they decided to launch Khelo India e-Pathshala. So what is the objective of this initiative? The objective of this initiative is to provide first ever national level open online coaching and education program, and for this purpose SAI and NSF collaborated. So these were the most important questions. Now homework for you. So recently in a statement, Niti Aayog Vice Chairman said that India can have carbon credits worth rupee 50-60 billions. India can have access to carbon credits worth $50-60 billion if India follows the principle of natural farming and agroecology. So your homework is to read two terms, what is carbon credit and what is agroecology. Second homework is related to One Nation, One Card scheme. So what is the objective of this scheme and which is the nodal ministry for this scheme? So these were the most important questions and news of today's video. Thank you, and that's all for the day.